So, as far as integration of EDIs are concerned, as in when I told you about EDI integration process followed by analysis, transition, all that stuff. Today, I'm going to show you how EDI notepad you can see over here, because whenever we are working on EDI, as an EDI integration specialist, or you're an integration developer or an analyst or something, this is essentially required for you to understand about how the files as well as the new envelope properties normally looks like. So in regard to that, this is how generally a new envelope properties you can see, especially on the EDI side, wherein we have to update and mention about the qualifier details first, right? So we need to update all the sender qualifier details, all that. So sender qualifier details, you can see, like for example, different qualifiers we have, right? So you can see all the list of qualifiers that we have. So you can select any of the qualifier first, right? So this is first thing you need to do. Sender qualifier details will have to be updated. That is point number one. For example, once we have identified and updated the sender qualifier, the next one you need to update the sender identifier, because qualifiers are different, identifiers are different. Right. So qualifiers are different and identifiers are different. When it comes to the qualifiers are the people who will be focusing more on the qualification criteria that we have taken into account. Next one about the sender identifiers. Sender identifiers majorly focusing on who are going to send the EDI files. Okay, you need to identify those details. So in regard to that, it's not only about the qualifier details and all. Even we need to be updated the sender identifier also. Next, this year here we need to update the receiver qualifier, as in when I told you, right? So these are the different data that is updated. For example, we have taken data relating to EDI Council of Communication number, right? Or health industry number, or integrated post-secondary education number, or at the same time National Center for Education Statistics Commission. So different data are available over here. So that receiver qualifier details has to be updated here. Next, we need to update even receiver identifier also, because these are the two things which are required when we are creating any new envelope properties and all. So do two things. One is about the sender details followed by the receiver details. Next, we need to mention the version, right? So which version are we using? 00401 is a version we are using. I have mentioned here. Next, what kind of standard we are using? ANSI X12 is the file format. We have three. One is ANSI X12, second is UNEDA FACT, and third is ANA Tradocoms. So ANSI X12 file format we have taken. Now we have to update the date here as well. So whichever the date we are updating, every date has to be updated, followed by the time and all. Next, we need to be updated the test indicator. And test indicator I have taken as P, which is considered as pass. Okay, test indication pass acknowledgement. And at the same time, whatever the controller number is, there is anything, the controller number can also be given here. So these are the informations will be updated in the general thing. Next, when it comes to the delimiters are concerned, segmentation we have to be updated. Whatever the required segmented terminators we have and all that information we have to be updated here. Next, element separators also, because depends on the kind of elements that we are using. So element separators can also be updated. It's not only about the segment part, even we need to focus more on the element part also. So this is also one of the core delimiters we have to be updated, including sub-element separators or repeat characters, right? So if there is any repeat characters, if you have found, which is optional of course, anything that can be even given in the delimiter here. So we have to update the sender details. We need to update the receiver details. We have to update which kind of file format we are using. This is important. ANSI X12 file format we have taken. Next, of course, we have other options also, as I told you, right? So ANSI X12 format. Sometimes we are using UNI EDFACT also. Depends on the file format that we are using, that we can see. Next one about the security details, right? So wherein we have to be updated the security details like authorized information, or any authorized information qualifiers, or any security information qualifiers, or is there any kind of security information? Everything we have to be updated under the security. This is what and how generally the new envelope properties when we are working on the EDI files, being into EDI analysis side or a developer side, or maybe from the specialist side and all, one to be known with.